everyone. Welcome to au.com. Today I have Laura who is going to talk about her au pair experience. Welcome, Laura. Thank you for being here. Um, I would like to ask you something about you. So, how old are you? Where are you from? Where have you been an au pair?
Hi everyone, my name is Laura Calderon. I'm from Colombia, and so I did my au pair year here in Ludwigshafen, close from Mannheim. Yeah,
In Germany. In
yeah,
Germany.
Germany.
Okay. And when did the au pair stay start?
Yeah, it was on August 2019.
Okay. So, and how long did it last?
Yeah, so the entire year. So
Okay.
last year, August also.
Okay. And why did you decide to become an au pair?
Yeah, so that's a nice question because I had cousin and she is also an au pair, but in the US. Yeah, I also want to have that experience, and then I decide to do the same. Yeah, but I also want a new experience, so I decide Germany because at school, so I took some German classes, and I want also to learn more about the culture and language.
Okay. Did you study German at school or as a private student?
And no, it was about because of my university. Yeah,
Ah,
so I study modern languages.
okay.
So, and the first language that I decided to learn was German.
Okay. So you decided for Germany, and how was the searching process? So you created a profile online, and how did it go? How long did it take you before finding a host family?
I will say around 5 months. Yeah, that I decided to choose the family. Yeah, so sometimes you can feel like stressed because you can get some kind of response. But yeah, so I will say that time was perfect. Yeah, I feel that it was a nice family also.
Okay. And did you talk to a lot of families before this one?
Yeah, but at the beginning, I didn't have, or that I didn't feel like some kind of connection. Yeah.
Mhm.
So then I decided not to give the opportunities to make an interview. Yeah, but at the end, with this family, I don't know, but from the beginning, I just feel like that connection, and yeah, everything was really good. So it is so important, yeah, to keep in mind about the requirements or what are you looking for before you decide for a family. To me, it was some important how many children they have, and also maybe that they can like understand about a new culture, yeah, that you can feel also like you are a part of the family or member. And with this family, I just feel it from the beginning.
Okay, I guess it's hard to describe this feeling of, having found the right family, but how did it go? Like, did you figure it out during the first interview?
Yeah, from the beginning they were like really really kind people. In that moment, I was like the first au pair, so they didn't have like this experience before, and that's also why I want to try with this family to give them the opportunity. And also the two girls were like really amazing and very friendly also.
And well, once you found them, how did the visa process go? Because I guess you needed a visa to come to Germany, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I will say the process was no harder. Yeah, but yeah, so you have to collect some kind of papers. And yeah, sometimes to me was something like stressed also because this embassy had problems about the document. So sometimes on the website was another information, and during this week I have my appointment. So then I saw that I didn't need some others document that I already had. So yeah, but it's no hard. Yeah, I will say the
Okay.
most important is that you could have the contract and the certificate. Yeah, and also
Yeah.
the family. Yeah,
The certificate of German in this case, of the German language, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
in the end, you had more documents than required.
Yeah, and also I don't know if many of you or people who are interested about this program is that during this appointment is gonna be like some time that you have to speak also in German. So that's really important to know to be like ready to that moment.
Yeah, exactly. For Germany, you need to have at least the A1 level, which is a pretty basic level, but still it can be possible that they ask you some questions in German. For example, how are you? How old are you? Those simple questions, but that's a very good point, in fact.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that in the end, of course, it was lucky that you have more documents than required, because if it was the other way around, it could have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
So, did you find this problem on the website, like on the Colombian website, on the Spanish website, or like from the German side? So, did you double check? Because I know that this process is a little bit complicated sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was because of the Colombian so embassy website. Yeah. From the other side, I didn't have like problems. So with my host family, we did all the process. We did it like good, yeah. But the problem was here. Yeah, it was because of the embassy, and I was like 2 times there and trying to ask about this information about these requirements. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm glad in the end you made it. So, congratulations for that.
Okay.
And well, when you arrived to Germany, so you mentioned the family had two kids, two girls. How old are they?
Yeah, so in that moment, so the big one had in that moment 6 years, yeah,
Okay.
and the little one 1 year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So it took time that she could be like feeling like with confidence, and yeah, when
Yeah.
I yeah, yeah.
Okay. And well, how was your relationship with the host parents?
Yeah, I will say it was like really nice. Yeah, they were so kind. But yeah, so at the beginning I wasn't feel like in total like part of the family, I would say, because I was the first one au pair. But then it just come with time, yeah, that you already feel like integrate into the family. And yeah, so it
Okay.
was really nice.
And did you do some activities together, for example, to get to know each of you a bit more, like traveling or I don't know, eating together? What was your day like?
Yeah, so I will say always or mostly, yeah. Every day we try to do something together. I mean, trying to cook together. I also had the opportunity to cook something about my country, something from my country. So it was like really interesting, yeah, to have that. So exchange, yeah, culture exchange. Yes, we tend to do also like trips together, and it was really nice. Yeah.
Okay, and of course you already spoke German. So I think, did you speak German the whole time with the family, or also you had a chance to speak Spanish?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question because with this family. Then the whole time I was speaking German and English, yeah. But then they also feel interesting about that the girls could learn also Spanish. So we were speaking the three languages at home.
Wow, that's a lot of languages at one time. And did the girls in the end learn a little bit of Spanish?
Yeah, and even they like also to sing in Spanish. It was
Ah,
really interesting.
nice. And you stayed with this family for the whole year, right? Or you
Yeah,
changed at some point?
yeah, but then yeah, it was fast the whole year, but at the end I decided to change the family because I want to have the opportunity like um to discover other parts or other places from Germany.
Hmm.
And at the end, I decided to change the family, but I still have contact with these both families. Yeah, both were
Okay.
amazing. And the other one was half, or that they are half Colombian and half.
Oh, okay. And where were they?
They live in Cell under Mosel.
Okay. Okay. So you didn't choose very big cities to live in.
Yeah, so to me it was important. It was a big city. To me, was really important was is that I could feel like part of the family. Yeah,
Okay. And
yeah,
how did it go with the second family? How were they?
yeah. They also like really nice family, and they or I will say I still see them like my family here in Germany. Yeah, they are yeah lovely person, lovely people. So really nice experience also.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. And in both cases, you had to experience two different family lives. So was there something like that you can define as a cultural shock when you first came to Germany and lived with the first family and then with the second one?
Yeah, so I would say it was more with the first one, yeah, because they are Germans and I was the first au pair, as I say before. Yeah, so I reminds that I will say, yeah, so Spanish people tends to be like loud, yeah, loud people, and we tend to listen music also loud and maybe speak also loud. Yeah, and something funny about this experience was that I didn't know that before, and I remind that in Colombia some days before I decided to buy a mini speaker, yeah. And when I came to my to Germany to this first family, something funny was that I couldn't like have the chance to use it because with my phone was enough. I couldn't like hear the music entire from this house. Yeah, so it was funny and also interesting because Germany is so quiet, and you can also hear when the other one is walking or something like this. So it was like one of my main like shock, yeah, here in Germany. And with the second family, I would say no. So I didn't like experience like a big cultural shock because I will say they already know the Colombian also and Hispanic culture. Yeah, so they understand them. So yeah.
And so in the second family, they had like a balance between German life and Colombian life.
Yeah, they try to miss it. Yeah, so both
Okay.
together.
Okay, interesting. And in both cases, well, did you have to change something for the bureaucracy, like change your visa status, or you just went with the same visa for the two families?
Yeah, so I don't know if the other so countries have to do the same in the other countries, but me as Colombian, so we got a visa. It was just for 3 months, but then when we just come here to Germany, we have to try to make an appointment and with the Ausländerbehörde, yeah. And yeah, so we have to go there and then to get the other like visa. It is like a resident permit, I think is name. Yeah. um yeah, and when I moved to the other family, it was so easy. I just have to go again but to the new like office, yeah. Yeah, there's those they just changed this info. They didn't change so this permit card. They just like update so the information about address and that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so this part wasn't that difficult. I wanted to ask you, since you went last year, basically, you had the chance to experience life as an au pair during Corona times. So how did that go for you?
Yeah, so I will say it was not easy. I will say for these two parties, yeah. And we couldn't manage so the situation during the whole time, and also with the children, yeah, because they couldn't like attend schools. So we just try to do some kinds activity, different activities at home that we could not like feeling like boring at home. We can feel like boring at home. So yeah, we always try to do something different at home. Yeah, cooking together, baking, or yeah, so that they could not feel boring, and me also, yeah, because we have to spend the whole day at home. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but it wasn't that easy for the
Yeah.
kids, especially.
Yeah, but also the parents helped me a lot with it. Yeah, that they could
Mhm.
like respect my free time as before. Yeah.
Okay.
And something beautiful, I would say, that we also spend that hard time as a family. Yeah, sometimes or every night we try to maybe cook together also, and maybe that watch movies or series together. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was nice.
Okay. And did you have the chance to attend the language course as well?
Yeah, sure. The whole time with this both family, yeah.
Okay.
Um, with the first one family, they also knew that my German skill wasn't good at all. Yeah, and I remind that I came here and it was like my their day here in Germany, and I just start with my German course. So it was really
Hmm.
intensive, yeah, every day, like almost 4 hours. So I'm
Wow.
really like grateful for that opportunity, and also with the other family, yeah, they also like support me to complete my German course, and yeah, I'm really
Do you
they
feel confident now with your German?
Yeah, I will say yeah, because when I have seen, or sometimes I just think about it, yeah, and I have seen, wow, my process with the language. So at the beginning, I have to speak the most of the time German, sorry, English, and I will say now I can speak German without any problem. Yeah, and I feel like really like comfortable speaking the language. It was something that it didn't happen before when I came here.
Yeah. So it worked at the end.
Yeah, both family helped me
Hmm.
a lot. Yeah, and
That's
also
very important.
an advantage is when you are with children, so they help you, yeah, to
Yeah.
learn English. And even if you watch TV or movies with children, so it also helps a lot to understand and get much in touch with the language.
Yeah. Well, apart from the language, do you feel like you learned some competencies that could be useful for your future job search?
Yeah, so I will say I have the study so modern languages in Colombia. Yeah, to me it's really important to keep learning the language. Yeah. And yeah, I have like improving those this knowledge, and also yeah, so I will say I have learned also about the German culture, and like some aspect like a German are like very like passionate with what they did, what they do, and also they are very punctual. Something that sometimes in Colombia I wasn't. Yeah, and I have learned like those small aspects, and I will say, yeah, now they are like a part of me. Yeah, and I could put in practice when
Yeah.
I, yeah.
That's interesting. And also, I think having lived abroad gives you like lots of new and important opportunities as well. So that's a very cool experience to have done. And going back a little bit to the research, is there some advice you would give for to au pairs who are about to look for a family? So how do you think a good profile looks like?
Yeah, so I will say they don't have to hurry up, yeah, and also trying to check those profiles, and maybe that they could feel interesting, that maybe the requirements or about that what they wrote on this profile, that they could feel like a match, yeah, with that person. Yeah, don't hurry up, it just takes time. Yeah, it's not about just to find a family, it's just about, as my experience, is more about that you can feel like integrate with the family and culture, because you're gonna be there during 1 year. Yeah, and it's no, it, it won't be like easy. Yeah, but I know if we could get a good family that maybe match about what are you looking for, so that's just do it, but it just take time. And also if these people have some other requirements, I mean the au pair, yeah, so that they could also ask questions, yeah, just ask, yeah, and be like clear from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for this advice. I think they're very important uh, for other people to know. I also wanted to ask if there is something that you didn't like about the experience, maybe in the organization or in the host family life. Is there something that you wish would have been different?
mm, I would say with both family was really good. Maybe um I don't know, maybe that sometimes um yeah, I also want to have my space, I mean to go out with with my friends and something like this. And sometimes both family were like asking too many questions, like a police, like I mean like a parents. Yeah, I understand that we are in a new country, but sometimes it's good that they could understand from the beginning, because sometimes it was like really uncomfortable to me trying to explain or try to let them know at which time I will be back and all that stuff. Yeah, but yeah, so I will say that, yeah, it was more if I was like asking for that permission, like to go out.
Yeah, yeah, like real parents.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And is there something you wish you knew before going to Germany as an au pair?
Mm, yeah, so what I really wanted was that I could find like a good family. Um, yeah, so that I could have also the opportunity to learn the language because um, my idea was, or my wish was, that I could improve German. Yeah, could improve the language. And I have seen, or yeah, I had met some au pairs, and they prefer like to find a family that could speak their native language. Yeah, I don't know if, or maybe everyone had a different like idea or different like goal, but to me it was important that I could not like speak to mass like English or Spanish, because to me it was important this language. Yeah, to me it was harder when I came here, and because it's so different that you take classes in our room, yeah, and then the reality is different when you are in the country. Yeah, so it was like my main wish. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I have just one last question for you. I don't know if you're now still in Germany or if you went back to Colombia, but I wanted to ask you if you would do it again.
Okay, so yeah, I want to say that I'm still in Germany.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing my social year. Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe I would like to try to make an Ausbildung, but I'm not sure, yeah, because yeah, so but let's see what happens, yeah. But I'm still yeah here, and I will say if I have the opportunity to do the same, I would like to choose again Germany because I like the experience, yeah, but yeah, so we cannot to do it again, yeah, as an au pair, that opportunity is just once, yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I will say yeah, I will definitely do it again.
Okay, that's very great to hear. And also, it's cool to hear that you're still in Germany. So, actually, from an au pair, you became like a volunteer. So, you decided to stay in the host country, and I think that's it's a very beautiful thing because it means that you really enjoyed the country where you lived as an au pair. So, yeah, I think that's the end of our interview. So I want to thank you again for your precious time and for the advice you gave. And I wish you a lovely year for Freiwilliges year in Germany. Thank you a lot.
Thanks so much for having me. Yeah.